The Colorado Rapids have a new third kit. We're going to break it all down, plus all of the other of the 10 third kits that came out today. We've got Jordan Rothrock, yes, as the kids say, to help us break it down on the decisions about how Rapids jerseys get made. We're going to do that all right now. Welcome in, everybody. It's the DNVR Rapids podcast. I'm Duane Brown here with super producer Yahir.
I refuse to wear Rapids gear on this pod. The one time I do, I feel so off wearing a burgundy one instead of a green one. I look around and see our branding be burgundy. It feels so weird.
You're wearing a hat?
It's burgundy, though. It's weird.
So, you mean
the burgundy.
Other.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So, Yahya with his only burgundy life. To my left, also in burgundy, is Jordan Rothrock, Senior Director of Branding and Design?
Creative, yeah.
Branding and creative.
Call me whatever you want, yeah.
Over at the Rapids. He's here to break it all down with us. We've got a brand new kit based on the times of yore. So we're going to roll it back, talk about all of the old influences from the 90s and early 2000s that influenced the new kit. Jordan's going to talk to us a little bit about how that process works. We're going to talk about what we think about the new Rapids kit. And then we're going to jump into all 10 of the new kits that dropped today. Excited. And we'll give you our ratings on what we think, whether they're good or they're trash. That's what we're here to talk about. Get in the chat. Kevin's already in. Let us know your questions or thoughts on the new kit. We're going to get right into it.
All right, let's do it.
First of all, Jordan, we've never had you on the show.
I know, I'm amped.
We've known each other for a long time.
Since I started at the Rapids back in 2017.
Yeah, oh, wow. It's been a while. Yeah. Jordan and I have been friends for a long time in the Rapids community. He's always worked on the creative side of the club, always, working as a designer and now leading the creative department. Tell us a little bit about, we'll get into the kit.
Okay.
But just in case people know players, people know Porig, yes, people know Crookham, for better, for worse.
Yeah. We love Crookham.
We do love Brian. But people sometimes don't always know the folks behind the scenes. Yeah. So tell us kind of what your position does at the club. What does it mean to be in charge of brand and creative at the Colorado Rapids?
Yeah, so I've been at the club since 2017. I was the first Rapids-specific graphic designer, which I hold very near and dear to my heart. It was always normally out of the KSC Central.
Downtown.
Yeah, downtown. And so... yeah, started as a graphic designer and have worked my way up. I oversee the visual side of the brand, but it's mostly like the graphic pieces that you see out, campaigns, is what my team are working on. And then I oversee the Adidas relationship and then closely work with what we call the brand strategy group, which is Alex McGeorge, who is our VP of media, and Katie Brown, who is our director of marketing. And so we kind of push how people are viewing the Rapids and what we stand for, basically, and how fans are interacting with us. And so part of that is managing the Adidas relationship, and so that is all things kits. And so we've kind of been a group for 2 years, and I think what I always say is what I love about it is that we are all different, and so we always bring different opinions into the group, and it's a safe place to share and all of that. And so it creates interesting conversations when we go to start the kit process every time. But yeah, so.
Awesome. You mentioned the Adidas relationship. That's obviously, going to be the main part of what we talk about. Tell it. So a lot of Adidas questions.
Yeah, no.
First one, when did you know that the club was getting a third kit? Because, Messi FC, he gets his kit.
You know you're getting it every year.
Yeah, you're getting it. They say only clubs who sell a bunch of kits with the word Messi on it, they get third kits. Nobody else.
Yeah.
When did you find out that the Rapids were getting a third kit? And why, and maybe you don't have this answer, maybe you do, why a late July release after half of the season versus earlier?
So 2023 January is when we put in the brief for Headwaters, so the current secondary kit.
Okay.
Around March, April, I get a phone call from our Adidas rep, and she says, hey, we've selected you guys for this super cool opportunity. Let's jump on like a Teams chat with the league and everything. And so we knew we were selected as one of the 10 as early as April. So it's an abbreviated timeline. We had a year and a half instead of 2 years to kind of get everything together that we needed to do. But we still knew pretty early. The biggest caveat we got was, hey, you guys need to work with your kit sponsor. It's like the deal is they have to be on the back for you guys to move forward with this. And so the first people we call is UC Health, and it's like, hey, awesome opportunity. We don't get these a lot at the Rapids, so
can we put your logo on our butt?
Yeah, can we put the logo on the butt? And they were like, yes, this is awesome. We are all in. So yeah, UC Health really helped to get us through the door as well. So yeah.
So kind of like you get that call, right?
Yeah.
Do they mention it's a retro kit, or is it just kind of like you get a third kit?
Yeah, so they do mention, because the year before they started kind of that archive collection, and so they said it's a continuation of what we did the previous years, only we're doing 10 teams instead of 5 or 6 that they did before. And so we knew going in that the theme was archive, but we very much got to dictate where that went. I think a lot of people probably think this logo is the obvious one, but Alex, Katie, and I sat down and kind of explored all of Colorado soccer. So Caribous came up. We talked to Caribous. That was part of my push at one point, and then we had a lot of internal discussions of where to go. But even the Foxes and even the black and blue and even early burgundy ones were up for discussion. But I think so many fans have asked for the original green that it was like we would be doing a disservice to the fans if we didn't get the opportunity and take it. So, yeah.
You would have had an enemy in me if you didn't get
Yeah, no.
If you would have gone Caribou, you would have been really
mad.
I actually would be overjoyed with the Caribou kit.
One day.
But I do think more people were clamoring for the green for sure.
Yeah.
So did the idea say, when they said, hey, we're going with a retro look, was that an MLS choice because of the 30-year, or was that an Adidas choice, or do you know where that came from?
It's an Adidas league concept is what they've brought to us. And so, yeah, we didn't say oh, retro is the thing we have to go with. That's what they came to us with. They're like, 90s are trending. You guys have awesome press from the 90s to work with. Really excited to work with you guys on this. So it was very much Adidas and league driven there.
It's 2023, but in 2 years, bucket hats are going to be back.
Bucket hats are everywhere.
It's going to be weird. Yeah.
So how long are we going to have this kit for? Is it only the rest of this year? Or do we get to kind of play around with it a little bit next year?
That is the bummer. So it is the end of the season. So I'm hoping that we keep winning and we can wear it in MLS Cup. So we can dictate when we wear it at home. So we'll debut it at home for Cello's jersey retirement night. It's going to be super special for that night. And then we'll also wear it versus Minnesota, and we'll wear it against LAFC for fan appreciation night. Philly was super gracious. We'll get to wear it away because the home team gets to dictate what we wear.
Yeah.
And so we put out a special request with Philly's team, and they were like, yeah, totally, we'll switch it up. And so that was awesome. Don't get to wear it tonight because Seattle's rocking their new one, and TV competition wouldn't allow us.
That would have been
a
dope matchup, though.
That would have been.
It was just too close with the purple and the green that it didn't go by competition. So.
Disagree.
Yeah.
Disagree. Yeah. That would have been an incredible.
Yeah, we tried. We TV
matchup.
tested and everything, and it just didn't get past.
Before we get into the actual new kit, before the new kit came out, the club put out on social a vote. It had, I think 8 choices maybe to vote for. Looks like the winner was the 99 kit. Surprise, it was green.
Yeah.
So it looks like you nailed that. What's your favorite? I mean, you've been around for a while, but even looking past, because I know that you've been forced into research as someone who designs for an organization. That's part of our job as designers. What's your favorite kit from the Rapids lore?
It's hard because I'm a little bit biased because one of my favorites is my first year I got to start working on it was Class 5 with the topo pattern and all of that.
Love that one.
I love that one because it was kind of the first time I got to do something. The original 96 one you have to love now. It's like when I started with the Rapids, I was like, that is wild
insane.
times. Wild times. It's like
96
an
soccer in
embossed
general.
weaving pattern, crazy sleeves. I don't know how anyone wore it, but like you look at that and you're just like, that's when we started. So you have to kind of love that moment. But
And then it also had the Kappa logo on it, which is like the raunchiest logo of any
They're
sports
making a
brand.
comeback though.
I love Kappa. I
Which
like.
is
Don't get me
wild.
wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of makes sense for the times. Everything 90s
Well, in the
comes
90s,
back.
yes,
but it
but-
all comes back, right?
But it's coming back to
very
it.
much.
Bucket hats and Kappa
Unfriendly
right
for
there.
that. So, all right. Yaya, you weren't on the show last week. Dre and I talked about our favorite. What's your favorite kit?
I think it's a 2002 black and blue.
The vertical stripes?
That
Okay.
one, it just feels kind of classy. It has a personal place in my heart just because it's one of the first kids I ever seen live play soccer. So I remember Kyle Beckerman out there running at Mile High Stadium, hearing the cannon whenever they scored a goal and seeing that jersey kind of fly around. But I think just for that one reason, that's my favorite. But I also do love the current home one with the checkered pattern.
Nice.
I
Yep,
think that
take
one's
it.
really, really pretty. That's the checkered pattern to me. It gave it a classy look that I think the Rapids have not always been able to accomplish just because of the colors and whatever's kind of going on. And we're trying to keep it Colorado. But that just feels like
I
something.
fought hard for the checker.
Yeah,
I
it feels like a Premier League kind of kit. Honestly,
Yeah,
it feels like a kit that you would see on like a Serie A team, an Italian team, and that's kind of what made me fall in love with it. It just felt classy soccer. But there's a lot of good kits in Rapids history, in my opinion.
Burgundy head to toe.
That's
That's
thing.
my favorite thing about the current.
Yeah.
It
That
is.
They're finally
It's-
the Burgundy boys, not the Burgundy and Blue boys.
Yeah.
And I'm
It's
like,
so good. It's
I'll
so
make
good.
sure people know. Yeah.
Burgundy head
Yeah.
to toe, man. And this one is green head to toe.
Green head to toe.
the green guys. Let's go.
So the green boys, whatever that means.
We have a green
So-
guy in studio.
We got Ryan Green just off camera.
Oh, I thought green for other reasons.
All right, so let's get into this kit. Let's talk about the design first. We'll talk about some of the elements. Then I want to kind of backtrack and work in reverse and talk about the process working with Adidas from concept to design to making the final choice, how that was made, who was involved. Because I know, Yaya knows, everybody watching at home knows. You're going to have some people who are going to love it as soon as they see it, take my money, gifts flying left and right. And then there's always going to be people on Twitter that are, I hate this, or you didn't push this far enough. So we've seen those comments today. So we want to get into those comments and let people know that, man, we're reading these and we're sharing it with the guy who is in charge of all of this stuff and works in these partnerships. So Dion, if you want to pull up on screen, for those of you that are going to be listening to this later, we'll try to describe the visuals that are coming up. But let's pull up the new kit for the Rapids and then get into some of these parts. Obviously,
that's a beaut.
It is
Good shots
really
there.
pretty. All these photos, compliments of the Rapids. Really nice photography, by the
Thank
way.
you,
Total
yeah.
segue, but
Bart Young, who shoots for the Nuggets as well, he and I collabed on this shoot down there.
Yeah.
And it just worked really well.
It's nice. It's a nice photo shoot, and the compositions of slamming them together. No one gives a shit what we're talking about right now. But you and I know what we're talking about. Yahir gets it. But the composition's really nice. So
I also just love it that it looks like Home Alone, like the room looked like it would be like Stuart Little's room from the 90s, which it just gives it that 90s vibe even more. I'm like, yeah, give it to me.
You guys got to go to the digging pit where we shot. It is a wild place. Just so much cool memorabilia in there. Yeah,
that's cool.
Spot. Yeah.
So obviously it's green. We've talked about that. Green won the vote. It's kind of over the years what people have been clamoring for. I want to get straight into the chat. Where, you know, one of our first questions, can we please compare the exact shade of green from the original kit to this one? They seem different. Are they different?
They are different.
They are different.
This green that Adidas came up with is called Noble Green, the technical term.
What's the color code?
What's the color code? The Pantone color is really hard to match. The hex code I can give you. Yeah, I like it because it's not a 1-for-1, and technically that's like Kappa's green as well. Yeah. So it's like, it's not 1-for-1. It feels archived to me. It feels a little richer, a little more, what is the word? Like
vibrant, kind of?
Not necessarily vibrant, but like almost like composed and vintage to me. It's just like, it feels noble almost, like with the name. It's not as necessarily straight on 90s, I feel.
And is that a green that Adidas came to you with, or we were?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
Right on. Yeah. All right. So I hope, there you go. I hope that answers your question on that.
Kappa owns the green, guys.
Kappa
it's not their
owns
fault.
the green. Relax. I'll get into my next thought later. So let's get into this kit. We've got it here. Obviously went back with the throwback logos. You mentioned that you were going all the way back to Fox's, Caribou, all of those things. What made you think obvious? Was it because you were going green kit, so it was obviously these two logos, or was it the logos first and then you said, well, we got to match it with the green?
It's a good question because the word mark's pretty strong as well. That's on the original kits, and so we actually had like an abundance of marks to work with. I think this just lended itself the best because you could put this one, the massive one, as the crest, and I just don't think
it wouldn't read as well.
Yeah, it worked as well. But we also wanted it to not be exactly a replica, so it's like, how do we switch it up so it also feels new as well and features the marks in a strong way? So
and I feel like a lot of the response for the few people that aren't super crazy about this, you almost get the feel that they only want an exact replica of the 99 kit.
eBay's got them.
You know, eBay's got it.
They're actually way harder to find. I've been fucking trusted. They're
Never
not
mind, eBay doesn't have it. I lied.
They're way harder. But regardless, this is a good first choice.
But I think, you know, from what we heard on the club put out several hints, several statements. One of the things that was very apparent from several hints ago was that it was going to be a modern take on some of the past, some of the original looks. How hard is it to make that switch, make that transfer from a just, and I say this, when I say 90s, I mean bizarre, right? So I was a young adult, you know, I was in high school in the 90s. Like, I lived all of this weird. I've moved on. It's, you know, for me. But being in that time where everything is so crazy, and especially when we get to some of the other kits, how do you get from a Kappa design circa late 90s to something that is wearable in 2025?
Yeah. I think it's a combination of just the base silhouette that Adidas came up with is a big carrier of it. And then just classing it up. I think just like when you see it in person, the base and the weave that we got with the pattern and stuff is just classy. And then you can bring in, there's really nice sleeve detailing and the sign-offs. I think that's kind of what gets the vibe across of the 90s without it feeling like we just took straight from the 90s.
Sure.
But I just think the cut and the base is just class. And that's all credit to Adidas on that end. Yeah.
I'm glad you brought up the sleeves because I'm seeing it back here.
Yeah.
And I love that kind of mountain embedding that it has on it almost.
So it's these mountains are stitched into the cuff of the sleeve, which is
Duane, I don't think had even noticed it yet.
I hadn't even had a time to look at it up close yet.
It's so pretty. It reminds me a lot of that. It feels a lot like that topography one from that 2022, I think one. It's really nice looking.
So if you look at this hand, for those of you watching, you see that the sleeve comes up to a point instead of staying static all the way around.
No, but also right here on the actual sleeves itself.
Oh, I'm looking just at the actual cut of it is really clever.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
look
there's
at that.
actual
It's in the
mountains on it,
stitching.
which is like, it's so
shit.
it's pretty.
So I feel like we've classed it up to a new level with just
Wow.
the details. But
Y'all are missing out if you haven't seen this thing in person. Get down to the bar and take a look at this. Just to put a cap on the classiness of this.
That's kind of what I wanted to get into a little bit more.
Yeah, just some of these elements like this. The Adidas logo on here is not it's not heat pressed on.
It's
like
there-
you see. It is like
Embroidered.
It's puffy embroidered.
It is thick
like if you
embroidery,
wear a
yeah.
lot of baseball caps like I do and Yahya does, there's two kinds of stitching embroidery, right? There's regular embroidery, and then there's what I call puffy embroidery, which has more of the 3D feel to it. Like this is chunky, which is very 90s, but still somehow bringing a classiness to it. But the 90s were all about chunky shoes and chunky belts and baggy clothes.
Yeah, it's
and I think this is a classy way to kind of get that
the press
90s
when
in
this
a way.
came out, like when we took it out of the box when they shipped it, and I was just like, this is insane. Like,
Yeah,
so
that
cool
it's
how-
embroidered and
Super
and it's-
retro.
stands
too,
up
yeah.
against it. Yeah, so
Talking
nice.
about kind of keeping the 90s aspect to it, the collar to me feels it screams 90s soccer.
Yeah,
You don't see the collar that often in soccer anymore. Was it just a non-negotiable for you guys?
literally, that's so funny. So in the brief we give to Adidas, we have non-negotiables, and the first one on there
Nice.
was a collar. And it's like we don't ever do collars, and it's like looking back at our portfolio, it's like the 99 kits and then the original had the collars, and we're like, if we're gonna go cleaner, it needs to have these iconic things that go along with it.
Yeah, it was
so
like
that
early
tells the story.
2010s, I think, was the last time we ever saw a collar. Maybe.
Yeah, the blue one, the baby blue.
Yeah.
Well, it was like the
There was the
opposites. There was
original
the burgundy
burgundy
and
had
blue,
one,
and they were
yeah.
flip flopped.
Yeah.
And they had the collar on
that
it.
baby blue collared
Yeah.
one is really pretty too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you guys went with the collar
Yeah.
and the button too, because you can get the collar without the button,
Yeah.
and we've seen it around. But you guys went with the button, and I
Yeah.
think that just brings in it all together.
Yeah.
Catch me at business meetings wherever I'll ever be in one with one of these. Like I'll class up the place.
Are you a button up? If you
If I'm in a business meeting, I have to be buttoned up. I'll wear one of these and
What
button all the
guy-
way to the
It
top.
was interesting which players did the button, which players didn't.
let's
It's like
ask,
gave them some style.
because we haven't gone through all the photos
Yeah.
yet. Peter from the comms team is here too. So between you and Peter, which guys are like button up guys and which guys are like
Can I-
loose? Like,
Can I take a quick guess?
or can we guess?
Yeah,
Can
yeah.
I get?
All
Can
right,
I
we'll
guess?
guess.
Like,
I don't know if I'll
We'll
remember
guess,
from meeting
and,
to
you,
meeting, but
and
yeah.
you guys tell us if we're right on it. So let's do Cole Bassett.
I think Cole's a button
up.
up guy. I
Button
think
up.
Rafa. The way I look at this, it's not based on whether they like it or not. It's how big their chain is and how cool it will look all buttoned
Yeah.
up. You know, like how much do you want to pop it off? So I look at it and I think Rafa has a big chain. I think Cole would wear a big chain, and I think Kimani Stewart-Baines would be a kind of a button up guy too.
Most of the players went button up. Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
They're all chained up.
Yeah.
Like-
And then you have Cello just coming out super relaxed and like
Cello's
feeling it.
not
and
a- yeah,
buttoned
of course
up.
not.
He wore it the best, honestly. It was just like he killed the vibe the whole day. It was just
Well,
like.
it was wearing like his old skin, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
he just
it
got
was-
to put on the
yeah,
old
It
boots.
was just like he was back in
I
his
wouldn't
element.
expect
but-
most of the guys to be.
Yeah,
it's
it was
so
interesting.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I think it's just a cool it's a photo shoot.
It's
They
a
look
fashion
cool.
thing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
fashion
yeah.
thing. That's what I'm like. I don't think they'd actually wear buttoned up
It'll
when
be
they're
interesting
playing.
when they play in it who's buttoned up and who's
I think
not.
for the
Yeah.
most part they'll be unbuttoned.
Yeah.
But I do think the chain. I think it's a good theory. I think the bigger the chain, the more buttons you got.
Quick chat question again. We covered this at the top of the show. Charlotte debuted, DC debuted, Seattle is also debuting there. archive kit tonight. Why couldn't we? It's not our choice.
Yeah. So if we're playing away, we don't get to pick. And Seattle's in their new one tonight, and it's a dark color, so TV wouldn't allow us to do both of the dark colors.
And they did TV tests on the actual two colors, and they were not contrasting enough.
We wanted it
to be able to for you to be able to see the players on the field well enough. So
Philly will be the first time. It'll be good.
Yeah, there's science behind all this.
Is the green gonna clash with the grass? I have a question.
We haven't
about,
shot it on grass yet.
Yeah,
that's a great.
what
You're
have
just
you
going to
guys
see
thought
heads
about
running
that?
around.
Like
That's the new strategy. Shut up,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just see a head. Yeah.
like the players get to hide in the grass when the ball's coming. Like, they do like that trick play and then a foul where they
This
hide in the end zone.
This is now referred to as the John Cena jersey.
Yeah.
You can't see me.
So-
A floating head. You just see Sammy Vines floating head to the left.
That
to the
would
left
be
wing.
wild, actually.
Oh my God, we are so off topic right now.
It's
All
okay
right.
related. It's fine.
Yeah, all right. We talked about the logo choices. We found some new things with this stitching in the cuff is fire. And then it comes to a point on the other one. The other piece I really want to get into is what I call an old head in the jersey design, uniform design world. Mostly from baseball. We call it locker tags. I guess in the soccer world, it's called a jock tag, which is gross to me.
Yeah, it sounds like jockstrap.
Yeah,
Of
it's
course,
gross.
disgusting.
Just
Those
follow
things are so
baseball.
nasty.
Call it a locker tag. That's gross. Because these things used to be, when you had your gym gear, they were blank and you'd put your name on it. And that's what those are for. But now they're fashion. So speaking of fashion, this one is awesome. This one is such a great idea. It's cello with the bicycle kick there on the screen by the 96. It's such an iconic Balboa moment for the Rapids. It is absolutely it's for the Rapids. I'm not saying for soccer, so don't get all in a tizzy about it. But for the Rapids, it's the Jordan logo.
It's an icon. And
Thank
actually,
you for saying that. That's the inspiration behind it. Yeah.
I would actually say it might be the logo. It might be the Jordan logo for the MLS.
Yeah.
I can't think of a more iconic silhouette if I'm honest. Like there's a lot
It's
of
incredible.
iconic moments, but like the cello one comes up every year. The MLS brings it up because it's probably the biggest play they had in their first 10 years of inception.
Yeah.
And it's seeing cello on this thing and seeing that it's blue and having the 96 on it, it feels very Colorado to me. It feels like it actually hit the heart. As somebody that was born and raised here, watched the games from the stadium, I remember all this. Like it really hit home, and it felt like it was ours. Like, but not just ours. It was for the city of Denver and soccer in general. I really, really enjoyed it.
Tell us how this came about.
That makes me feel really good. So the jock tag in the back of the neck, normally on all jerseys, I get to design and have full say over. I mean, I work with our team, but I end up putting them together.
But F those guys, I'm in charge.
Yeah, but I'm in charge. And so it's funny because
Y'all hear that? Don't even come at him sideways.
For those of you at the club watching.
Yeah. So I had actually created the cello silhouette back in 2020 when we were doing the best starting 11 fan vote, and we didn't end up using it for anything. And so we were under the shorter turn time, and so I was like, I've already got something that I want to use. And I love that you guys said the Air Jordan stuff. I look at PSG with the Air Jordan lines that they do as fucking
It's fine. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's fine.
Really
There are no
good.
rules here. Sorry,
It's
Jordan.
fucking incredible.
Yeah, sorry.
Earmuffs.
It's really great, iconic streetwear that they're able to put out, and no one's really matching them in that realm. And so I took inspiration from them and created this tag essentially that is the soccer version of the Air Jordan. And so when you guys said that, it's like, okay, it clicked for people. That's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, so created that, and then the
So
league
this
had
is
us
a
do
Jordan
that.
Rothrock original.
It is, yeah. If you want to pay for it for a tattoo or something, let me know. I don't know.
So
Yeah.
what's the likelihood Hoffa gets this on his neck beside his Jordan?
I know,
tattoo?
right? Yeah.
You can't see Hoffa just is owned by Jordan at this point. It's like free advertising, man. Like you can't. Real quick, then can you pull that jersey from the back and show them the back tag, which is the old school the original
Yeah, we
MLS
got the old
logo.
school. Just remember the old school logo before it went to the kickstand
Rapids
one.
colors, which is like the classic golden green, which we never got to see back in the day, really.
No, I don't think they had custom ones.
No,
back
they
in the
didn't.
day.
So like getting to see it in those colors, it feels again very like connected to the city, into the history that is the Rapids. Those little like details really make the kit a 10 out of 10 when you start looking at them and realizing what they are. And then like if you hold up the numbers too, like on the
These
back,
numbers are crazy.
Yeah, had they gone with the numbers that are currently, it wouldn't have gone nearly
like
as well.
those
but it's-
blocky
Yeah.
with
These
the
number. Thank you.
with the shadow, it's like they're gorgeous.
It's
like
good.
they
Yeah.
feel 90s.
These, those are just so chunky
And
and,
I know
crazy.
this is more of a nerdy thing, but even like the font on the Bassett, on the name, it feels very authentic.
Good. Yeah.
I feel like I would wear this when I was a kid because my mom bought it for me at a flea market, you know? Like, it's really cool to see like how 90s inspired it is.
It's those numbers are wild. I mean, and those are consistent across.
Every team has that.
Every team has
Every
those
team that got
big
a
chunky.
kit,
On the new kits that came out today.
Suck it, RSI, you didn't get none.
So
I know, right? It's
that's
great.
what you get. That's what you don't get. So, are there any other pieces that we missed that you want to cover?
I don't think so. I think, covered it.
Real
There's
quick,
a lot of, I mean, again, the fabric on here, I don't know what this is called. I call it like a waffle.
Yeah.
In the cycling world, when I used to design kits for there, it was kind of a waffle is what we would call this.
I would call it the same.
Yeah.
It
It's
feels
a really
super
interesting.
premium.
Yeah, it's a really interesting texture. It feels like you said, premium. Like there's nothing cheap about the way this feels, which is really nice. It's one of those things like people, and we'll get into this. Like people were like, this needs to look crazier. Like why isn't an eyesore like the 90s? But one of the and we'll get into that. But like one of the reasons I like that it's not super crazy is like you could wear this anywhere. Like if you have a casual place of work, this is appropriate to wear for work, and you get to rep the team. If you go on a date with someone who's cool, this is something you could wear, and it would be appropriate.
if you want to go on a date with somebody you want to impress, you probably wear this too.
Yeah, if you want a second date, you're probably going to want to wear this.
Looking at the kit, and I regret not asking this earlier, was the black and blue ever in consideration?
It wasn't. It didn't make the cut.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was.
we looked at we did look at the whole portfolio,
course.
but like the final like cut sheet or whatever, it was not like where we wanted to
I
go.
didn't think it would. It feels a little too basic, in all honesty, for that kind of retro
I just think
look.
so many people have done stripes recently that it's like when we get this moment. Yeah,
and that's kind of what the feeling I had behind it. I'm
Thank
like, it'd be
God you
great.
didn't do stripes. God bless you. Rapid man bless you on that. All right, so let's get into the process of kit design. How does it happen? You mentioned that there's a brief, which those of you not in the design world, a brief is basically a scope of work or a description of the design job, what you're trying to get out of this thing. You mentioned that you had some must-haves in here, and then usually you send it off to the client. I don't want to jump into that because I actually don't know how this works for you, but walk us through the process of how that works, not only for this one, but just in general, because people are excited about kit release day, regardless of what kit it is. How does that happen? We've talked in the past about how many years out in advance. So give folks an idea of like how long of a process this is and how does it work?
Yeah, I'll do a normal kit because that's easier for my brain since this one was different. So Alex, Katie, and I, the brand strategy group, sits down in November, almost 2.5 years before, and kind of picks out like 3 themes that we're thinking to progress kind of the catalog of what we're doing and make things keep going and moving forward. Adidas will send about a 30-page brief second week of January. So it's funny because we're trying to launch a kit and also come up with a new kit that's launching in 2 years, all at the same time. So it's a little bit chaotic then. But in the brief, this is your chance to get what you want. And so you can put in samples of things that you like. You can put in patterns. You can put in themes. You can put in your non-negotiables, rivalries, colors, no's, yeses, whatever. The more detailed you go, the more likely you are to get what you had envisioned. They won't take a one-on-one mock-up. I've tried. I even did something with this, which was a one-on-one mock-up, and they won't do it. But
and they were like, "Hey, buddy,
hey,
we'll do the design.
We're the professionals here." But it is.
I'm sorry, is your name Adidas?
Yeah, no, sure is not. But it really is this extensive. We even put like storytelling already, and then like the themes, the narratives, so the designers on Adidas end can truly envision what we're trying to do with the kit, and so we've gotten dialed into a T of making sure we put in every fine detail so that when they send, so then we submit the brief January, they send us back 2 renderings, and I'm terrible at months, sorry, creative person. Like 4 months later, they'll send us 2 renderings. There are kind of 2 different styles from what we sent them, and at this point, you have to pick one. But
you're picking the direction, not the final piece.
Yeah,
right.
You're
Okay.
picking the direction from the kind of digital rendering that they've come up with. And this is basically the only time you can make real changes. And so you have to be on the call with them like, this isn't good enough, this is what we want, change this, collar different, all of that stuff. Because if you don't do it then, it's done. So you do that, that's a good like, and it's all with like Germany Adidas people, which are so fun to talk to. Everything's like super cool and like all of this stuff. Like, so we always say when we get off the calls, it's like, oh, it's super cool. So then another 2 to 3 months goes past and you get the first sample in the mail. And so, yeah, even a year and a half out, we have the first sample. And you open the box and you're either really excited or you're like, well, what happened here? I've only had one time I wasn't excited. They got the burgundy wrong. It was actually this jersey. I got a bright like FC Dallas red jersey in this version.
And you were like, not super
like,
cool,
yeah,
Germany.
This was not. And they like, I get a message from Adidas before we get on the call. Like, we know the color's wrong. It's like, yeah.
Well, you have a 101.
Yeah.
You'll never. Nobody will ever
have
have
in the
that
archive in our cages. So basically, once you get the first sample, it is color correction, and that's basically it. So once you see it in person, there's not a lot you can do with it. I remember New Day, it's probably the biggest argument we've gotten in with Adidas. They wanted to do the bright fuchsia as a light pink, and it wasn't popping, and so we went back and forth for a really long time to get fuchsia, and it's like that's kind of what was one of Pat Milbury's colors, and we're like, the light pink is not in his portfolio. We need it to be like, so that was probably the craziest one. But so yeah, you get a first sample, and that comes without the sign-offs and all the little details, and then about a year out you get the final sample. So I always laugh because I'm sitting with the final sample waiting to do test shoots when people are running around
launching the one before
the other
it,
one, and it's like, yeah, it's like already shot a couple players in next year's and things like that. So I lie. I'm like, this is a sample. It's not really like a jersey. Like, don't tell anyone. But yeah.
So on this one in particular, now you got the process through. Can you speak to the other options, or is that like a no? Like we don't talk about the boneyard dead designs. No. But how many options did you get for this, and was it an easy choice?
It was. So I got nervous because it's funny, we were talking about some people wanting the crazy 90s look. In this version, I made a mock-up with the center base piece with the original 96 crazy sleeves.
Yeah.
And we debated in Porig's office of what direction we should go with and try to pitch to get them to go. And so then we put one flag headwaters and then this kit up against each other, and the simpler clean one won over out because you had kind of two crazier patterns going on. It's like we need a breath of fresh air here. It's like if you just do crazy patterns all the time, people are going to be like, it's a one note thing from this club. They can't do multiple things. So it was pretty clear once we saw kind of the current portfolio.
Once you saw the whole palette,
the whole palette,
the closet,
and it was just
like
this pops so much more as a clean jersey than trying to do too crazy of stuff.
Were there talks about the shorts that I actually have right here? They're green
We
on
got the
green.
shorts.
Were they always going to be green, or did you guys have? Okay.
We didn't really like. I love that you guys say you like the burgundy on burgundy because I fought so hard to get the burgundy on burgundy internally. I just thought we needed something new on the field. We didn't ever go down the path of like the off-white or anything like that. It was just always what was presented was the green, and I think everyone liked it, so we didn't try to make a fuss with that one. But
I like
some
it.
of the photos where you see not the full guy, but you can see that there's green socks, green shorts.
Yep.
It's sharp.
Yeah.
Like I mean, it's I love the two colors as well, but just because we've never done it before, the first time those all burgundies rolled out, I was like, oh shit. Like this is now it doesn't matter. Like if you stripped logos off of everything, no kit sponsor, no crests, no nothing, and you put any teams out there, like there's only a few teams you would know for sure. Like you'd know in Miami because nobody else is pink. But when you roll out head to toe in burgundy, like that's Colorado.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same is going to be when you roll out, even though, other teams have green,
but not
like the one
this
we played
green.
tonight.
Yeah.
But not this noble green,
not the noble green, guys.
as it's called.
You gotta have a fun name, right?
Head to toe. Yeah. Well, yeah. It's. I don't want to get too far in the design world, but you can't just have a regular ass color in the design world.
No.
Like, the whole idea of pitching someone is like telling them they're special. So you
This is
can't say
only for
we
you.
made your kit green or your logo is green. No, it's not. It's noble green. It's
We're royalty up in this. What are you talking about?
It's
Originals.
It's Clearwater blue.
Yeah.
It's never just blue. So it's always funny to hear those color names on there. Let's see.
Did you guys have to change any of the other colors because of the kappa or anything like that? Like
All
blue,
the colors are
gold?
slightly different from the.
Okay, I thought
it looks
so.
a little. I saying the word archive is obvious at this point, but it feels a little bit more like nostalgic with the color palette. Everything is a little bit more subdued than the original colors.
It does feel a little bit like saturated almost.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
I
taking
like
the
color.
saturation down.
Yeah, muting it out.
Yeah.
I do like it, but I could also tell they're just a tiny
They are all
bit
slightly
off.
different. Yes.
Okay.
Before we get, so we're gonna do like a review sprint.
I love this.
We've already gone much longer than I thought we would. As long as you're okay with
Yeah,
that,
no,
we
let's
are
do it.
okay with that because we'll talk kits all day. One last thing before we take a quick break, and then we're going to get into a review sprint and look at all 10 of the kits that came out today. Give our very quick 1-sentence review, and then we'll rate them out of 10. The last thing, we're doing a thing across the whole network at All Cities. So in all of our cities this week, which is a what if week.
Okay.
So it's what if things, like what if
What if the Rapids stayed with the blue and black?
Yeah, what if the Rapids sign Messi?
Oh, man, we would have to hire a lot more staff.
Yeah, so but you'd have
could
the money to
afford
do
a lot
it. So it's what ifs week here at DNVR and across the ALLCITY network. If there, now that you've spent time with it, and maybe you don't, but maybe you do, is there any what if change or addition or subtraction that you would make to this kit? Now you've spent 2 years with this already, so now we've only spent a few hours. Is there anything? Are you good where it is? Is there anything that you would change based on comments or things that you've heard, or you feel confident with it?
No, I do. I feel confident. I know we're never going to make everyone happy.
No,
and so
not in
that
Rapids
is- and
world.
that is totally fine. It's like totally okay with it. It's okay. Will not hurt my feelings. I think by the time we get the first sample, physical sample, I am okay with things. I have come to terms. This is what we're doing. I'm amped about it. We've done the research and feels like this is the right direction for the team. And so I get a sense of calm almost a year out that we're good. Like this is this is the right direction for us. So
Nice.
I don't have any changes. Yeah.
What about you? Yeah, we talked
We
about this
talked
quick
about
briefly.
it. Yeah, and all I did was like shit on
He
the
said-
Rapids for like
he
30
said,
minutes.
"I'm gonna
Like,
throw
yeah,
this
fine. Yeah, it's
in
not
our
like I haven't
dumpster,
heard it
which
before.
just caught on
like,
fire
I
a
grabbed
couple weeks
lighter and I
ago."
was like, I should just burn it. No, actually, I really do like the kit. One thing that I personally would have liked was if just like the edges, like that line on the collar was like a different color, maybe
Oh,
a black,
yeah,
a gold. And maybe the sleeves too, like the
Yeah.
where the stitching is on the sleeves,
Yeah.
just to break up that green a little bit more.
Yeah.
But besides that, I really don't have like a, oh my goodness, like they really messed up. I like that you guys didn't go with the crazy lines.
Yeah.
I like the color green. I like that this is all embedded in there.
Yeah.
I love the collar. I love the button up. Like that's just the breaking up of the color a little bit more. I think would have
Yeah.
been my
Yeah.
only
Yeah.
thing. But besides that, I think it's a beautiful kit. Like there's not
awesome.
much that
Yeah.
would change.
Yeah, the only idea I had, and it was really just from comments on Twitter, that people wanted it to be crazier. You know, I mean, you talked a little bit already when you did make it crazy right off the bat, and it was dialed back because it maybe wasn't looking great. But I think back to the '99 kit that won the vote, and those white, swooshes that came down. I like them because they have an element of movement. You know how I feel about water elements being a part of the Rapids, which the club is great job.
Yeah.
You really, like over the last few years, that's really become a part of who we are now, which is awesome. I was trying to think about, is there a way to do that with this kit and still keep it modern and not just a 90s ripoff of the 99? And I didn't know, maybe just kind of embossing that shape so that you don't see it. Like it's not white ink, but when you see it up close, you can see, oh man, those swooshes are still there. Kind of like you see the
give it a little
mountains.
bit more movement.
Yeah,
to
just so it has a little bit more movement, and creates, I mean, you have that in the logo here, but just to kind of repeat it through really is the only thing. But
That
for
would be
my
interesting to
personal
see,
aesthetic, like this is I'm a very plain Duane kind of guy. So I love this aesthetic. I love that there's clear nods to the 90s with how chunky some of this stuff is. I adore now that Yahya has done his Yahya super sleuthing and found the mountains in the stitching on the cuff. Holy crap, that is amazing. I think it's really nice.
I actually only have one more gripe with it now that I look
Oh
at
my
it.
God, Yahya.
And it's actually looking at the Mark Anthony K kit that you have. I call that the K kit because that's the first one he ever wore. The star. I know it's not canon.
Okay,
It's
there
not
is the
canon.
thing I would change.
Let's get
and
into
it's
that.
Funny, there's a
That's-
graphic that's coming out because I think I'm 99% positive we're the only team in the league that has 3 different crests currently now. And so
Suck it, rest of the league.
Yeah, exactly.
Suck it ourselves.
And so they're zoomed in. The graphics like kind of Pantone inspired with the designer Kai came up with it. And it bothers me that we don't have the star on it when you see all the zoomed in on the crest. It's like we earned it. Like what but it's just not on the retro.
It's not
kits.
canon. I get it.
Yeah.
It didn't happen when this crest
But
came
it's
out,
a modern
but
take,
it's
though.
Yeah, but it is a
deserved.
modern
It's
take.
a modern take,
So
Jordan.
fine.
That was
is
your
fine.
argument.
I found the change.
All right, there we go.
But I looked at that crest
It'd
and
be
I'm
cool
like,
if it was the
We
same
did it,
stitching
everybody.
as
We
this.
got Jordan to change the design.
Or even like the like the Adidas stitching, which is really like
as the
bubbly.
star,
Like
it
that
would
would
be
have been
dope.
really
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
All right. Before we get into all of the other kits that dropped today in our quick review sprint, we're going to talk about some of our sweet, sweet sponsors.
Yeah, we're gonna start off with Toyota, man, the official vehicle of the Colorado Rapids, I believe.
True.
And also the official vehicle of DNVR.
Also true.
We love Toyota here, man. Toyota's the most reliable car you can get. My brother just bought a 4Runner. He's the baddest MFer in our block, and it's not even close. It's such a nice... Toyotas, just in general, are the best car you can get. Corolla has been voted one of the most reliable cars, like 5-10 years in a row. Or you can go really high-tech and go get yourself a Supra if you're trying to race Jordan off the tracks at any point. Like, it's fine. Like, it's really fun, man. Toyotas, they're all over Colorado. If you had to choose one car for Colorado, a lot of people named the 3-star vehicle that was the Colorado car, but it feels like it should be Toyota. They're in our Denver sports. They love us all, and they love DNVR, so we love them as well. Go visit Toyota. They're the best car you can get. And I want to give another shout out to our brand new sponsor, which is Branded Bills. We're hat people out in this pod.
Yep.
I'm a hat person because I'm balding. He's a hat person just because he's cool.
It's true. That second part is very true.
It's very true. But Branded Bills, man, if you want cool Colorado hats, that's the place to go. I'm just a Colorado guy all the way through. Like, give me I'm wearing a Branded Bills on a Toyota every day of the week with a Coors Light in my hand. Maybe not while I'm driving, right? But like, that might be illegal. But it's just a lot of the Rams gear too is really cool. Especially they focus on teams that sometimes don't have the most amount of gear, and that's something that we love Branded Bills for. Head to brandedbills.com and use code BBDNVR for 15% off your first order. If you support us, support our sponsors, and that's the best way that we can get the help as well.
Yeah, get a discount on your hat.
Yeah, get discount on dope hats. They're dope gym hats. I wish I should have stolen Dre's before that.
They have a lot of cool like state designs.
Exactly.
So if you're a transplant like most of us, maybe your state is represented by Branded Bills. There's some really cool stuff. Your first
so
state.
cool.
You're Colorado now, so
It's so awesome. So thanks a lot, Branded Bills, for being a part of the pod and being part of our hearts.
especially Yaya's.
Oh, my
He's got a
heart's
little
huge.
tiny hat. We're gonna cut Yaya open later and look at his heart. And it's got a little tiny Branded Bills.
If you go
hat
to
on
our
it.
Die Hard Discord, watch live
It's
Operation
adorbs.
Tail.
It's adorbs. All right, folks, there were 10 kits that dropped today. You're going to see some of them on TV tonight. You will see one of them versus the Rapids. We're going to go through all 10 of them in a very quick review sprint. We're going to do them in alphabetical order because that's the one that made the most sense, with the Rapids coming in last. So for those of you listening, you won't see the graphics, but you'll hear us talking about it. For those of you watching, you're going to have some sweet, sweet graphics coming up that include the kit that we're talking about and the most ridiculous pose from the models that I could find on the MLS store. So we are starting with Charlotte. Charlotte went with a lightning theme, looking back at some of their old stuff, but you hear it in their marketing about it if you watch their little video about lightning striking twice. I get it. They're trying to do the lightning thing, but they only put the lightning at the top of the E and the bottom of the C. Like, you have a giant sash going across the chest. Make it a freaking lightning bolt. It's so right in front of your face. I mean, it's fine. I like the colors, but man,
Sure, out of 10.
lightning is right there in front of you. It's a 6 out of 10 for me.
What about you, Jordan? Thoughts?
I'm a 5 out of 10. It's not for me. Sorry.
You guys are way too nice. They're like a 0 out of 10 for me.
Okay. Okay, I can be that. Well, no.
Okay.
You have responsibilities. You can't.
No,
you
it's
have
Screw 'em.
connections.
What's your?
I'm
what's
just
your
gonna be
notness?
honest. Because it's the archive collection, I leaned into the original clubs more. I just thought the history was so much
That's
better. It's
Yaya's
like,
take.
yeah, it's like you're trying to make clubs have history that don't have history. Yes, every state has soccer history, but the clubs don't have soccer
Ooh,
history.
you and Yaya are gonna
That's my whole
cook
take.
on this.
Teams the 4 teams that did it, that were not part of the original clubs, to me get knocked down immediately for not being a part of the 30th anniversary because you weren't part of the league. I would have rather they gone with the team that was like year 28, the second, third year, that expansion, and then going with the brand new clubs like Nashville and Charlotte.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan
Woo,
of that.
the chat doesn't like it either. Biggest gripe. Charlotte and Nashville using the old MLS logo on the back of the neck when they weren't even a part of MLS 1.0.
That's earned, not just given.
Yeah. I agree.
All right, so there's Charlotte, not coming in real high. Next, we do have an original 96 club with Columbus Crew. Yeah, you want to start this one?
Yeah, I really like the crest for this. Just it feels so MLS to me. I remember being a kid and playing FIFA, and this is the crest that would come up when you're swiping through. This just feels like Columbus to me in the Crew 100%. I think it's super basic. I would have I don't know if there's much you can do. Maybe go all black, but that's kind of basic as well. I'll give it about like a 7.5 out of 10. I like it. It is basic, but the crest itself carries so much of the kit, in my opinion.
I agree. I was an 8
What do
out
you
of
got,
10. Their launch video was really fun too.
Yeah.
They had a cool concept, so I'll give them that.
Wow. I'm coming in on the low on here. Columbus is gold and black. Why all this white? Like, it just, to me, is such a miss. I mean, the cool, like, kind of color blocking with the yellow up at the top of the collar, you know, above what would be the chest stripe. I like that. It's kind of cool. But I never think of a tertiary or third rank color as the dominant color on any kit. And that's what they did with this, which I just think is a massive mistake.
I'm trying to think what their color palette is right now. Do they already have a yellow and black?
Yeah, I think they do.
And so maybe that's what they were trying to do. But
Doesn't matter. You be who you are.
Yeah.
Like, you have to lean into who you are. And, like, especially if you're going into a heritage type kit, don't drop your two main colors and make them secondary. This one's a 6 out of 10 for me.
The
it's
crest
just,
does carry it.
That's my thing.
Yeah, I mean, the old crest is so wacky and goofy.
It's
It's just
ridiculous.
goofy.
Yeah.
You know,
There
which
are
is-
men in that crest.
yeah, it's goofy, and that's part of, you know, original MLS.
Yeah.
You know, I got nothing against Columbus. I've always liked that club, but man, I just didn't understand why so little of the main colors that we associate with Columbus. If you strip that down, no logo, no words, I wouldn't know that that's
No, that's
Columbus.
a bike. That's a biking kit.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's fair. Yeah.
Anyway, there's Columbus. All right, let's pull up not FC Dallas, but Dallas Burn, another original. Before FC Dallas, there was Dallas Burn. They have a real 90s wacky freaking horse logo. I'm super pumped to see that come back. You know, big word mark that a lot of these clubs are doing on the chest. It's okay. I mean, it's stripes, you know. Hey, man, stripes. But if you go back and you look at, like, the original, like, Dallas Burn jersey, there are these giant geometric shapes and, like, lots of diagonals, and it's bananas. And I wish that they would have brought some of that in there. I mean, they did have, you know, a kit that I think it was white with some stripes on it. But that original one was so batshit crazy that I kind of wish.
Yeah, that's
when you
fair.
already have a logo that is that bananas, you know, you have to, like, showcase it. And on that old one, you had the weird geometry on it, but the logo of the horse took up, like, the whole chest.
Yep.
And it was, like, awesome. So, in the chat, you're correct. Lucifer takes that horse any day of the week.
What do you
day.
give it?
Oh, for that one, it's 5 out of 10, I guess. It's fine.
Really?
I kind of really like it.
I think it's class.
Yeah.
I think it is a class kit.
Me and Jordan
Yeah,
are the same
yeah.
way with a lot of this. Like,
I think it's nice. I would have between an
think it's-
8
I
and
don't think it's
8 and a
crappy.
half. Yeah,
You know, it's
I'm kinda like
fine.
an 8.
Yeah, yeah.
I love the collar, the black and white collar. I think
Yeah.
that looks cool. I love the sleeves, the cuffs. I love
Yeah,
how they're different
yeah.
colors. Again, I think the logo carries us a lot.
Yeah.
But I think it's 90s, but it's kind of like the Rapids, modernized. It keeps it kind of just
Yeah.
wearable, kind of
Yeah.
not too crazy.
Yeah.
I got a fever. I got a burn. And the only solution is more crazy horse on the front.
You should get that checked out. You should probably go to the doctor.
I will not.
Burning is not part of the symptoms.
All right, moving on. We're now in the nation's capital, DC United. I'm not going to go first. I mean, this one's plain as shit, so I guess you two are going to love it. So let's hear what you think.
To me, it's closer to a 6 or 5. It is super plain. I do love the font they used on it. I think the font feels very DC United, kind of classy. But in general, I think it's really plain, but I think it does go back to, like, what DC United was. I think the stripes help out a lot with that kind of look. I just don't think DC United had a lot of cool looks in the 90s for it to kind of
That's
pull
true,
from.
yeah.
So what they were working with, it's good, but like if we're looking as a kid, it's like a 6.5 at most.
I guess that's fair because I was watching all the launch videos today, and they did a nice job
They had a
bringing in
great video.
so many alumni and telling the story of when they won the cups and the expectations of the club and things like that. But if you are just judging the kit, it's a 6.5 or a 7. But yeah.
It's a 5 for me. I almost want to make it a 4, and this is the reason. Not because the design is bad, but if there was one kit out of all 10 of these that desperately needs a collar, it's this one. A black collar on
would've
this
been sharp.
kit
It would-
would move this up to
It would have
an
changed
8.
everything. Yeah.
An 8
Yeah.
right off
Eight.
the bat. I cannot believe that they
You're
looked
not
at this
wrong.
design and didn't say, let's put a collar on it. This one just needs a collar. It's not bad. It's fine.
I do love the logo on it, the really
Yeah.
red logo. It really pops.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
it's
logos
good.
on these are all incredible.
I don't think any of these logos or any of these kits suck.
No, the original.
There's just a lot of fine. There are a lot of them, like, they're all fine. But man, a black collar would have made that one really, really nice. All right, moving on to a not original team. So it's going to score low with Mr. Yahya. We're at Minnesota. What do you got for us, Yahya?
I love the geometric shapes. I think that's really cool. I love the font the Loons has. It feels very 70s, which I guess that's what they're going for. This is a 2 out of 10 just because it's cooler, but it's not an original club, so fuck them. Like, it's literally like they don't deserve this kid.
I love all these things, but it is a 2.
I love this, but it's going to be a 2 for
it's
me.
like ethically, I can't give it more than a 2. Like,
Yeah.
it's an unethics.
It's
like,
interesting though. This is the best I think out of the non-originals, and I think I like it because I love the classic like Germany kits and things like that. And it's basically that pattern, so it's not even original design to them. And so like if you put it on a Germany kit, I would love it too. But so like as just a kit as a whole, I'd give it a 7. But because it's not an original, it's not an original concept. It's like.
It's gonna be a 2 for you?
Also, we'll just go with the 2.
It's
as
a beautiful
yeah.
kit. Like, don't
two,
give-
2s across the board over here. Yeah.
I really like this kit. I like the geometric kind of feathers that they got up top. I like the faux back logo. I love handwritten script. It's not like a corny font. It's something that's very unique. I like the piping on it. That's got that kind of orange in there that pops out just a little bit, but it's not too heavy-handed. This one's an 8 for me. I don't really give a shit that they're not from 96. All of these clubs, all these clubs have old history. Like, these clubs existed before the Rapids in some way or another. So I just think this one looks really nice. So it's an 8 for me. Moving on to Money Music City, Nashville. What do we got?
This is the ugliest thing I've ever seen in the world.
And all of their photo shoots were just like denim behind it. I don't get it. Yeah.
It's bad. It's a bad kid.
What do you got? Give me a number.
It has to be like a -3 out of 10.
Whoa!
They
A
actually should like
-3.
fold the franchise for this kid. Like,
This one for me, I mean, again, like, as a wearable, I think it's fine. I will give credit. I like I do like the lettering on it. It feels very Nashville. I like that they dotted the I with the tri-star from the Tennessee flag. But touching on what you just brought up, Jordan, those sleeves, if you were to zoom in on them, they're denim.
It's weird.
They're fake denim. Like, they're like the Photoshop equivalent
The
of
shorts
denim.
are that texture,
and the
too.
shorts are
Yeah.
denim, and that just to me is bad. I give this one like a 3.
Yeah, I'm there.
It just
yeah.
it's a
the
fake
denim,
USMNT
the
kid.
denim. It was fine with me until the denim hit.
They don't even get a cool logo. Like, at least the Minnesota
Yeah,
had that
they don't
full
even
logo.
have a
Yeah.
retro logo.
Yeah. So,
All right, let's keep moving because it's getting
yeah, we
late.
could actually kind of hurry this up.
TikTok,
a little bit.
TikTok. All right, New England Revolution. I'll start this one. This one, to me, out of all of them, feels the most authentic to the original 96
Yep.
kit. It's got that 90s grungy font to it. It's on that little, swash that is on the original. It's got the chaotic lines on the chest and sleeves. This one just, if any of them feel not a direct ripoff, but most connected to the early years, it's this one. It's got that energy to it. I think it's pretty good. I give it a 7.
I can get on board with a 7. I know they had just gotten rid of it, so probably not why they didn't want to put it back on, but I wish they had the clip art flag on it.
Yeah, that's true.
But even as like the jock tag, if they didn't want to have it as like whatever, but yeah, I agree with everything.
They
you
didn't
just
even
said.
have a
Yeah.
model on MLS store, so I had to use Benjamin Franklin.
Oh wow.
So
Interesting.
there you go for the image.
This might be like a 9 for me. I
Yeah.
love the crazy colors. I love the
Yeah.
craziness. I think they gave them an assignment, and I think they got the assignment.
Yeah.
And that's what
I
I
do
about
like
it.
the Adidas logo right in the center with the
Yeah.
point connecting to the collar point. It's kind of nice. All right, moving on. San Jose, who also had no, wacky model on the MLS shop. So, hey, here's Benjamin Franklin in San Jose, and it's sunny there, so you got some glasses on. This is going back to the original club, the San Jose Clash. This is not my aesthetic. You would never see me wear this. And when I first saw it, my knee-jerk reaction was, this is garbage. I've spent all day with it. This is a 10 out of 10 for me now. It is absolute chaos, which is what the name Clash is to me. I love the Clash's original colors, what they brought in a really, really nice way. This thing's crazy, man. And I think it really hits the 90s vibe and hits the Clash vibe. 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
10 out of 10. Colors dope. Logo's dope. Colors are dope. The name is dope. San Jose, I don't know how dope they are, but it's all dope besides
Yeah.
them.
I agree with you guys. This one launched today for me. This was the jersey that won. Their photography was really nice as well. The video wasn't one of my favorites, but like just the kit alone is 10 out of 10. Yes.
So good. All right. 2 more. One we've talked about a bunch already, so that'll be quick. Let's get to Seattle. This is my favorite model pick because the guy's face was cut off in it. The Seattle kit, man, this is another 10 out of 10 for me because I know it's kind of a plain design, but the design elements that are in this kit all have meaning. None of them are just because it looks cool. They're all, the patterns on the sleeves have that kind of wave look to it with the sounders. They also make a starburst coming out of it. Everything points back to the culture and heritage of Seattle. They honor their local tribes on the sleeve there. Oh my God, do I love that Orca logo. I love how they took the old Sounders logo and when they did the rebrand a little bit back and changed that just a little bit, updated it. This is a really nice kit to me. I don't care that it's not an original team. That club is old. It's 50 years old now. It's a nice looking kit.
2 out of 10. It would have been a 3 if they didn't have the Adidas stripes down the sides. I think that takes away from the design on it.
Yeah,
I know it has to be there.
That's not their call.
I get it. Like, I'm not mad at it, but it's a 2 out of 10.
You can be
ethically.
mad. It's okay.
If I look at the kit, it's a 10 out of 10, but ethically, it's a 2.
Yeah. I'm normally
Ethically.
obsessed with Seattle kits. I think they do a really good job. This is like a 6.5, 7 for me. It's just the purple's a hard sell for me. I get it's their history and stuff like that. It's just not my vibe. But,
Wow, Jordan Rothrock hates the Rockies. He just said it.
That's
raw
exactly
line
what I
Rockies.
said. Please cut that and quote me. And
So
yeah.
we're going to clip that and put
The
that on.
Rockies hate the Rockies.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's all right. You're not alone. All right. Finally, we have the Colorado Rapids.
Just give rankings since we already broke it
Yeah,
all
we
down.
already broke it down. What do you got?
I give it a clean 10 out of 10. Like, I really do enjoy this kit. Like, I told Duane before it started, collar's all I care about, and it exceeded my expectations.
That's true. Before it
because it
launched.
had a collar. And, like, to me, it's really clean. I enjoy it. I just wish there was a little bit more gold accents, but that's nitpicking at this point because it's just a good kit. It's something I can wear to a wedding and nobody can judge me.
This started as a 7 for me, but it's moved up to an 8 now that I've seen, because I only saw it on the interwebs. Now that I've had time with it in person and seen some of those details, like on the cuffs, it's moved up to like an 8.5 for me. And again, this is the only one you can wear out or wear to work and rep your team and still have a really classy looking kit. I mean, it's really well done. I'm excited for y'all to see it if you haven't seen it in person yet.
Cool. Yeah, I'm at a 9. I think there's always room for improvement, and I had to give the win to Clash, so I'll go with a 9.
All right. Jordan, this has been a long-ass show.
This is not what you guys promised.
So
We under-promise and over-deliver every time.
thank you for sticking with us. Peter from Rapids Communications team. Dion on the ones and twos producing for us. Yahya. Everybody here at DNVR. We still have 45 minutes before this damn West Coast game time starts.
Score prediction real quick.
Ooh, putting them on the spot.
2-1.
2-1 who?
Us. Always us.
Oh,
cool.
let's go.
Score prediction.
Fuck it. Let's go 3-1. Us.
0-3 Seattle. Let's go, baby.
Boo. Get to the bar.
Take it
We're
back.
going to be watching the game. We've got 90s music that's been playing during the whole show. People are filling in. The game kickoff is at 8. There's all kinds of merch. You see the hat, the scarf down there. The kits are down there. Come down. Get yourself some merch. I don't know if all the free coupons have been taken yet. There probably are still a few left. Free drink coupons. Let's have a watch party tonight. Get down here. And before all that, how we sign off every time, folks, it's up the PIDS, baby.
Let's go.
We all silly like the mayor.